Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ready, Set, Repair. There are two main central fleet management facilities in the city of Chesapeake. Today we're visiting both of them to find out how they keep this city rolling 365 days a year.
Well, because the city runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the cars and the vehicles that we use, they break down, and we need to be able to fix them and have the parts available to fix them. We can't always rely on an outside vendor to necessarily supply the critical parts we need, and so we keep those all in-house.
And a lot of our main focus here is everything on this side of the city with a major focus into waste management. Those trucks have a lot of intricate components, a lot being in proximity sensors, so electrical components that keeps track of where the arm is, where the packing blade is. They have a robust hydraulic system, so we have a lot of hydraulic failures that we focus in on. So our parts department is primarily managed by Tidewater Fleet Supply. They work really closely with a lot of the vendors in the area to keep things stocked up. They work close with, say, Mid-Atlantic for all of our refuse equipment, keeping tires in, keeping batteries, hydraulic fluids, even PM components. So they work close with Excel Truck, Cummins, Atlantic and area just to keep a lot of the equipment that we need on the road.
The technician brings a vehicle in, he diagnoses the vehicle, he'll assess what parts it needs, and then through the computer system that we use, he will request the part. People that work in the parts department will look at the request and they'll decide, hey, is this something that we have on the shelf, or do we need to get this from another source? If they need to get it from another source, they order it through that source, they let the technician know it's going to be 2 or 3 days, a week, whatever it might be. But if it's something we have here on the shelf, they just issue it to the technician, and then they're able to repair the vehicle.
And this is the band clamp for the fuel tanks.
Is there like a process to know?
Technicians, they're very familiar with our equipment. They know a lot of what are the common failures. So they'll put in a request that comes straight to the parts department. And what we'll notice if we see something like a high failure item, we'll go as far as upping our stocking area. So just to reduce the amount of downtime that we have with the trucks.
We know that on certain vehicles, there are certain points of failure, like, oh, hey, we need to check this because, after 10,000 miles, this typically is worn down. And so we'll have those parts on the shelf, so there's a quick turnaround. As we get new vehicles in, we contact parts and we say, hey, we have a 2026 Toyota Tacoma that we just got in the fleet, and so we'll start getting the basic parts for it to do a preventive maintenance. Things that are being decommissioned, like the Crown Vics and stuff like that, we'll say, hey, we're decommissioning these vehicles, and then they can start removing some of that stock that they have for the older vehicles. And so it's a constant rotation of various parts that we need.
So if they didn't have all the equipment we work with Tidewater Fleet Supply on, they really wouldn't have much to do. We'd have a pile up of trucks. There would be departments that wouldn't be able to get out and get your trash every day. That dump truck that's coming out there to help, work a ditch and get that material up, they wouldn't have that. It would essentially stop city operations. So our main goal is to keep their vehicles running. That way they can get out there and take care of the citizens of the city of Chesapeake.
It gives me a great sense of satisfaction to be able to work in a city environment knowing that the citizens of the city depend on us to get the job done, and being able to do that and provide that service. It feels like you're really making a difference to the community.
Well, that's a wrap for this episode of Ready, Set, Repair. We'll see you next time.